All right. So for today's lunchtime meditation, we're going to be focusing on mindfulness and especially mindfulness being present within the body. So I'm going to give you a few different options for anchors. And anchors are really useful when our mind starts to wander. So you can think of all of those thoughts, all of those emotions as sort of a boat moving around in the ocean, bouncing this way, bouncing that way. And these different anchors are able to help keep us in the present moment, to help bring your focus back. So, again, this mindfulness, this meditation is not about never having the mind wander, but about finding ways to bring it back. So, we're going to begin by finding our comfortable seated position. Just take a few adjustments here. Maybe you had to rush a little bit to turn on Zoom. So, finding maybe a few stretches, maybe shuffling around, maybe putting an extra bolster or cushion under your hips if you're on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, I invite you to bring your feet flat on the ground if that feels good. And just taking a few breaths here, bringing yourself to this present moment, to be here, to be now. If you'd like, you can softly close your eyes or find a focal point just in front of you, letting the rest of the room or space sort of fade away. We're going to begin by focusing on the breath. First, noticing what it feels like to be following your natural breathing pattern. How long is your inhale? And how long is your exhale? What happens if you add a second on to each inhale? And if you add a second on to each exhale? Where in your body do you feel the sensations associated with the breath? Around your nostrils, in your throat, your chest, or your abdomen? Allow yourself to notice these sensations in your body as though it's for the first time. We're going to spend a few moments here in silence, just noticing if your mind wanders. Bring it gently back to the breath. Noticing the movement that happens within your body even when you are still. Just being curious and aware. We are now going to move to our next anchor or focal point, bringing our focus down to the feet. Take a moment here and notice what your feet are touching. Whether they're flat on the floor or if you're sitting cross-legged, noticing which parts of your feet are touching the floor and which are touching your legs. Noticing the temperature of your feet. Is one foot warmer or cooler than the other? I invite you to stay in this space of just being curious about the sensations. And if you find your mind wandering, perhaps wiggling your toes or pressing your feet into the ground, bringing your focus back to the feet as we move into our next stretch of silent meditation. And our third and final anchor for this practice is the hands. There are several ways to use the hands to help keep you in the present moment. Perhaps you can hold your focus simply by bringing your attention to where your hands are. If they're sitting in your lap, perhaps you notice the weight of your hands against your body. Again, noticing textures, temperatures. You also have the option to bring different fingers together, perhaps in a slow, repetitive cycle, touching each finger slowly to your thumb, or just pressing fingers together and holding, feeling that sensation between the fingers. Noticing what is working best to hold your attention for today. Maybe today is more of a tactile day. You need more of this physical touch to keep yourself focused here. Or maybe you can simply bring your focus to your hands. Take time to tune in and observe what works. During our final stretch of silent meditation. For the last few moments of silent meditation, I invite you to focus on whichever one of these three anchors was most helpful to you. Either the breath, the feet, the hands, or a combination of the three. Allowing yourself to notice and be fully present for another few moments. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. Checking in with how you feel, with what you learned from today's practice. When you're ready, bring your palms together at your heart space. Remembering that this space, this peace that you have accessed is always within you. Taking a moment to reflect with gratitude for all those who practiced alongside you today. I am so honored for the opportunity to share my meditation practice with you all. Thank you.